what's up, everybody? It's 9 o'clock Thursday night, Eastern Standard Time, and it's your best place to be on a damn Thursday with me and Mike on the Mike and Mish show. What up, Mike?
Yo, what is going on? We are here. Merc's been in the waiting room for like 25 minutes, just waiting to get up on here.
Why wouldn't he be? I mean, this is the fucking best place in the world on a Thursday evening. We got two awesome guests for you guys tonight, both first-timers on the show. Both going to be making their second appearance inside the BKFC Squared Circle, March 15th. And the cool thing is they're both going to get a taste of that 16-foot ring, I believe, that night. The first time they fought, that didn't exist. So they're going to get a little taste of that. We're going to have Markus Suarez coming on, young Merc, and then we're going to follow him up with Rosalinda Rodriguez, who looks like she can absolutely be a serious contender at 125 pounds in the women's division, and they need that new blood in there. So without further, I mean, do we have anything we want to talk about before we shout the sponsors, and we want to get right into this?
Let's get into it. Let's get into it.
Guys, you see it on my shirt right here. I got a contest going on right now that I'm going to pull a winner for. Bucked Up supplements, Bucked Up energy drinks. They are top-notch products. I promise you, being a gym rat like I am, I was for a very long time, and I fell off, and now I am back. And these are such good, effective supplements. I promise you, go to buckedup.com, use Mike and Mish 20, get 20% off your total purchase, and you will thank me later. And all their energy drinks are sugar-free, and their buck shots are money. They are money. Way better than a 5-hour energy. I promise you that. Right, Mike?
Oh, yeah. I love the buckshot. I love it. I was not feeling too good at work, and I took a buckshot, and it made me feel good for at least a few hours. And I am not doing too well. So,
and then we got also our second sponsor, and then we'll get right into the show here. We got
Dynamic Life, sexual health, weight loss, and anti-aging. Retake control of your life by reaching optimal health. Visit www.livedynamic, that's livdynamic.com. It's the only online platform where you can become a patient in under 20 seconds, and visit their Instagram page at livdynamic on Instagram. Live Dynamic on Instagram.
So that's like I said last night on the show. Go to buckedup.com, use our promo code, get some supplements, get big and strong, and then get over to Dynamic Life, become a patient in 20 seconds, get your sexual game right, get your anti-aging on, and stop losing your hair, right? All those things. And we're going to bring on our first guest of the evening in a second, and stay tuned after him because we have Rosalinda, and then after Rosalinda, we're going to give away a Bucked Up flag. The flags on this side.
Shit.
So listen, before we bring Merc on, all you Stu Nods out there, okay?
Stu Nuts.
We have 15 weeks worth of giveaways for Bucked Up. 15 weeks of t-shirts, shakers, and supplements. All you have to do is follow the fucking directions, you fucking goddamn idiots. Here's the thing. You know how many people actually followed the directions, Mike? 7 people. There were more people that played there, and I thank them for subscribing and doing the other things.
Very nice.
But they did not follow all the rules. So only 7 names will get dropped into my Boston Red Sox hat tonight, and somebody will take home it's actually black with the red buck in the red flag, and then a shaker and some supplements. So you guys will have another chance next week and the week after that and the week after that to get it right. But for now, why don't we bring on our first guest of the evening?
Well, we are going to do that. But first, we're going to take a trip down memory lane to BKFC 17. What do you think about that, Kyle?
I would love to see what this is.
Let's do it.
Unbelievable. You ready? 1, 2, 3. All right, we're here with the juggernaut Lorenzo Hunt once again doing his goddamn thing at BKFC 17. I can't say I'm surprised, man. How'd it go?
Holy shit, Josh Dyer, they should change his name to the Nightmare. He kept getting up like a bad fucking dream. I'm like, bro, I literally said to myself, if he get up again, I'm killing him. It came to my mind. I said, this dude was strong as hell. I appreciate that he took the fight. I knew he had a lot of heart. but in my deep down, I knew he did not have the skill to match me. Heart is one thing, skill is something totally different.
This puts you at 6-1 in BKFC, correct?
Yes, sir.
You are the top dog, the top of the heap. What is next?
Top dog. I am the top of the pile. It's up to the promotion. Wherever they go, wherever state they go, wherever they drop down, I will fly to that motherfucker and whoop somebody's ass. It is what it is. That's why I brought a cape.
Hell yeah. Last question. How is your hands? Are you healthy? Are you going to be trying to get right back in there?
Catch him with an uppercut that caught me right on one knuckle. Maybe 2 weeks, but yeah, I'll be getting right back in there. I'm a monster. I do this for a living. I love it, and this is my show. This is my house.
You are the man, Lorenzo. You look like an evil wizard tonight, and I love it.
Super dude.
Great job. Thank you.
Hey, I can't wait to see the pictures when I jumped over the dude. I know they got some pictures of that. My name is Lorenzo the Juggernaut Hunt, and I want to give a special shout out to Mike and Mish from sunny Florida at Smith Brothers Combat Sports, where we just finished knocking out the BKFC tryout. I can't wait to get us some more bangers in there doing their thing for the BKFC. Let's go, Mike and Mish.
That was a trip down memory lane, Markus Suarez. What do you think about that? Now 2-division champ going for a third. What do you think?
Lorenzo, man. Lorenzo's paving the way for a lot of the guys, for a lot of the young guys, man, you know. Mad respect to Lorenzo, man. He's killing it right now. He's on top of the game right now.
Absolutely.
That was in Birmingham, Alabama.
That was a while back, right?
BKFC 17.
Well, we're on 59, right? 58?
Coming up
50,
to 58.
yeah, 58. We're at 58.
With
Merc,
a bunch of fight nights, like yourself. You're going to be on a fight night.
So that night, Mike, do you remember this? Listen to this. You want to take a trip down memory lane? So Mike and I were only on our second event covering the sport at that point, right?
Yep,
so
yep.
This is 3 years ago, over 3 years ago. That night, Mike and I were just testing the waters, trying to figure out what the fuck we could do and get away with.
Yeah.
Do you remember I found a ladder on the top deck of that place and I climbed into the rafters? I climbed into the rafters of that arena and I was directly above the ring taking pictures down at it in this dusty ass fucking rafter. And and it kept shaking. And I'm like, I'm going to die in Birmingham. I got to fucking crawl my ass off this goddamn ledge, man. What am I doing? I went back down.
With like a backpack and
I'm like,
he looked like he was gonna go spray paint the scaffolding, like the beams up on the top.
Yeah, that was a crazy trip, and that was also the trip where Robert Washington, he got in a fist fight with Brandon Lambert in the audience, and Tony Soto like choked him out. It was
like a CO scoop.
Yeah, gave him the CO scoop. Gee. All right, man. Hey, that was a little trip down memory lane. We want to welcome you, young Merc, Markus Suarez. You are making your second trip to the BKFC Squared Circle in a rematch of, your debut fight that ended in a most disappointing way. You got your rematch, man. How happy were you when they granted you your wish of this rematch, the run back, and how are you feeling heading into this one compared to heading into a debut?
Well, shout out to Nelson, man. Nelson Lopez and David Feldman and Serge and Joshua and the whole BKSC staff, man, for really working with me, man, and being patient with me, man. They know that after that first fight, August 24th, man, but after I got out the ring, I asked for the fight. Give me a rematch, give me a rematch, because we all know what was going to happen, right?
Well, you know what? It was going your way in that fight. And the cuts fucking suck. And cuts will take away a fight from a lot of fighters. And going back and watching that one, I watched it over and over again, and in slow motion on the replay, it does not look like a punch is what cut you. Have you gone back and examined that night and determined what it was that actually cut you on your eye?
Yeah, I don't think I've that's the most fight I watched. I watched it like 100 million times. He was going for the clinch. And he had an open hand, and I was head moving the whole time. And right there, he just, it split. You know, when the fingernail and the bone and the eyebrow, it opens. You know, and it was a nasty cut. And I was good to go. I was ready to die in that ring, but Dr. Muzzy stopped it. You know?
That's the thing, and I think Mike will agree with me on this one. That wasn't affecting your vision like at all, right? It didn't seem like it was affecting you and your performance one bit. You weren't like digging at your eye, trying to get blood out of your eye. It wasn't really wasn't affecting your vision at all.
No, not we can live with one eyeball. You know what I'm saying? We can live with one arm. We can live with 9 fingers. You know, I don't care, man. I lose the eyeball in there, man. I don't give a damn. You know,
it seemed like watching Muzi do his thing. He did the thing where he put his fingers on there and spread them apart. You know what I mean? And it seemed at that very moment is when he made his decision.
It
must have been the depth of it and where it was. He might have saw something because we've talked about this incident in what was it, in Denver? The first time we went to Denver, whose eye was that got cut?
Brandon Gertz.
Yeah, Brandon Gertz' eye got cut. He got really mad. He fought Jake Lindsay. There was a whole thing in the back. His corner was yelling at Muzi. Muzi was just trying to get back to the ring. The athletic commission had to like push them back because like they're about to fight this guy. At least it seemed like it. But then he showed us a picture hours later, and man, it definitely was. It needed to be stopped.
You can see like nerve endings and shit in there. You know what I mean?
Look, bare knuckle comes with cuts, right? It comes with cuts. You get touched one punch, you're gonna get split open. But the sour taste in my mouth is that this wasn't from a punch. It was from a fingernail or a finger, whatever the case may be. It was from it wasn't from a punch. So if you know, I've had a bad taste in my mouth. I switched up everything. I am a different fighter. I am a complete different person than I was in the first Prospect series. You know, and I'm gonna show that March 15th, man.
Let's talk about the difference in you as a person. Like before you made your debut years ago, if anybody goes on your Instagram and looks back at your journey through body transformation and health and just developing yourself into a better, you know, form, a better version of yourself, and eventually becoming a debuting BKFC fighter. Can you talk a little bit about that? You were very heavy before. What led? Was it just an unhealthy lifestyle? What was it that had you in the position that you were in before? And what was it that, you know, made you open your eyes up and make a change?
Well, I started off with MMA in 2006 in Miami Freestyle Fight Club in Doral, Miami, in Miami. And I remember my daughter's going to be 18 next week. My daughter right there. She's going to be 18 March 6th. And I remember she was in the belly, and I went to go find a gym because I was watching a lot of UFC, a lot of Ultimate Fighter in the house, the first Ultimate Fighter house. The UFC was playing a lot back in the days, and a lot of people my age and at that time went to go train at MMA gym. I debuted my MMA. Back then there was no amateur. There was no amateurs at all. It was going straight to the pros. So I pretty much got thrown in there with the lions. You know, I was a big chubby kid. I was fighting a heavyweight, man. I was fighting these older men, 260 pounders, and I was 240 pounds chubby, a kid, a teenager, you know. And it was a bad start to a beautiful career, but it had to happen. You know, I got knocked out, 7 seconds. And that kind of put me in a retrospect, you know, kind of like in a place where I didn't want to be, first of all, you know, because I gained a lot of weight. And you know, with bad weight, you know, comes a bad lifestyle. And with a bad lifestyle comes, it's like a root, you know, and with that root causes a lot of damage, you know. So I thought my career was over. I said, damn, I started this off wrong, very wrong. A young mind didn't know what I was doing. And as I got older, I was like, wow, I messed up on my career. And thank God BKFC's around. And you know, I said, let me chip away the bones, man, and start training. And here I am, 4 years later, I'm back in the game, you know, like I never left. And a lot of people need to realize that I come into this sport with that mental aspect. I've been training for a long time, man, on and off. I've trained with Yoel Romero, with Michelle Batista, with a lot of Alex Bruce Leroy, a lot of UFC stars, a lot of Cuban Olympians, wrestling. My knowledge in the game is there.
It's crazy. And you're fighting at 185 pounds. What was the biggest that you got up to before you started shedding the weight off?
Oh man, I was 355 pounds to be exact. 355 pounds. I was borderline diabetic. I was just very bad,
Wow.
man. It's just alcohol, a lot of bad lifestyle, and I had to reevaluate myself. I had to separate my family, break away that home that I had. It was very toxic.
Good for you, man. I mean, that's amazing. That's an incredible amount of weight to lose, and you look amazing. That's what I'm saying. Like some people can't pull that off. And not only did you lose all the weight and you look amazing, you're athletic enough to be competing on one of the highest scales of bare knuckle fighting. It's truly incredible. I mean, I hope people see that and get inspired to go do the same thing that you did.
Yeah, man, and that's what I want to do. I want to help people, man. Yeah, I have this beautiful platform, and thank God to BKFC to give me this beautiful platform so I can speak my story, I can speak my voice, man, and help out those that can be helped out, because I know there's a lot of people that feel stuck or feel like they don't know how to start or who can help me, and I know no one's gonna come and help them, but if they can watch a fight and hear somebody talk about a story and get inspired, then hey, I'm all for it. You know what I mean?
How many people have you inspired? Is there a lot of people that come to you like, "Hey, how did you do this? I want to do it. I've seen what you've done." Now you've basically showed them like, "Hey, it can happen. Here I am. I'm proof."
Yes, definitely. I'm helping a couple people out. And definitely a lot of people have hit me up talking about inspiration and talking about they want to be helped, and I help out the people who are serious, because you got to first help out yourself. I can't motivate you. I can't motivate you. You got to motivate yourself. You got to do things yourself. And if you're willing to change your life 360, then I'm all for coaching and for mentoring somebody that needs the help.
It's amazing. That is great. And it's so many of you guys in this industry have like such crazy background stories. I don't know if you watched our show last night. We talked to Ruben Roundstone, completely different story from yours, but another like inspirational turnaround his life type story. It's just incredible how many of you guys have some crazy trials and tribulations in your life that you showed resilience and fortitude to get through, and now you are on this platform to inspire. So that's fucking fantastic.
Yeah, man. And like I said,
for you, man.
A lot of people who feel stuck, man. And again, don't feel stuck, man. Just do it. Take action now. Take action now. Just like all these motivational people, Joe Rogan and all these little memes and all this stuff, you gotta take action, man. Hear it, man. You know what I mean? And change your life, man. People feel stuck, and I want to force that, change lifestyle fast.
Nice. Now you said something a little earlier at the beginning of this conversation about how this is a different you heading in there the second time than it was the first time. What changes did you make from fight 1 to fight 2? Who you training with, and what form of Markus Suarez are we seeing on March 15th?
Oh man, I as soon as that fight was over, I switched camps. Nothing personal, but I just switched camps. I needed to feel like I need to focus on my boxing more. Everybody likes to talk about, oh, this is not boxing. But listen, what did Austin Trout did to Palomino? You know what I'm saying? He boxed him out and he won. And we don't see that. And I vouch for the boxing, so I changed up my boxing coaches. I got some of the best coaches in all of Florida. They all have undefeated boxers under them, and the Spanier. I think I'm saying it right. The Spanier. Well, I am boxing 305 on Instagram, and I am a more aggressive fighter. I felt how it was to fight with no gloves. I was in the ring. I felt the 2 minutes. I love the feeling, the adrenaline, and now I'm coming out with the fire. You know what I mean? If Drew thinks that I'm the same fighter that I came out with last time, then no, it's different.
Mike?
No,
I thought you were leaning forward.
Yeah, sorry. I did I psych you out there, man?
No, I thought you were leaning forward towards the mic. right before I brought you on, I mentioned the ring size difference. Now in your debut, coming from an MMA background but training boxing, you know you're used to coming from opposite sides of the cage, your opposite sides of the ring, corner to corner. You got your first taste of bare knuckle back in August, where you start three feet away from each other, but you did have that 22-foot ring to kind of run around a little bit in there. This time around, they debuted the 16-foot ring recently, and I believe you guys are going to be in the 16-foot ring at Vivo. What are your thoughts on the change of the size of the ring? Do you think it's going to make any difference on how you approach your fight with Drew Nolan?
Nah, I'm not even worried about it. I heard it's a smaller ring, but that doesn't make a difference in my fight game, and it shouldn't make a difference in anybody's fight game. It should be more fun for the people watching the fights.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, more blood on them. You know what I mean?
Have you seen that venue?
Yes, I've been there. I was the weigh-ins for the Hard Rock.
Yeah,
and the weigh-ins were there, and the weigh-ins are going to be there as a matter of fact. And it's a nice venue. It's going to feel like a close quarter combat.
Yeah,
Kumite, open air. Open event. It's going to be nice. Tropical.
Yeah,
Kumite.
it's going to be Kumite
above
ground.
Yeah, and then it has like this little nice name, Miami Fight Night. You know what I mean? It just doesn't even have a number, just Miami Fight Night. Hey.
Yep, Miami Fight Night at Vivo. I think it would be cool if, because they can only sit so many people out there, right? If they have this whole section inside, like between the restaurants, it's almost like a U shape, and there's 2 floors out there, and they have these giant like television screens. It would be cool if they did like a watch party there, so like people can go and eat and watch the fights and stuff, and then you get the live crowd. You can hear the live crowd from there.
That's
that'd be pretty damn cool. They put them out on the big screen.
That in the works, man.
I wouldn't be surprised if that's what the plan is, because you could put, I think, 1,100 outside and another 500 inside. So if they sold out the outside and then threw 500 people inside the bar, watching on the TV, it's just nuts, dude. It's a big place. It's awesome.
Yeah, man. I got tickets on Friday and I sold out within 2 days.
Then that answers my next question. I was going to say,
nice.
you got a big group of people coming there to support you.
Man, Merc brings out the whole city, man. I bring out the whole city, man. That's another thing, man. As I have more fights in BKFC, man, you guys will notice that I bring out the whole fucking city, the whole entire city, man. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna be proof of that. Let's talk more action.
You have the Brian Duran effect down there in Miami.
The what?
Brian Duran.
Oh, Gallo, yeah, man, hell yeah. And Gallo, I love Gallo, man. But yeah, that's how we're gonna move, and that's how we gotta move, man. You know what I mean?
It blows up over there for him, man. He gets the biggest pop in Miami than anybody else.
He's a younger generation, man. I'm a little older. I'm 36. He's I think he's what, 28, 29. But yeah, he's the next generation. And he's on it. He's on top, man. And like I said, I support home team. I support all my Florida guys, man. And Florida fighters, we are a different breed, man. We are a different breed. We were born with this, man. And a lot of people don't understand that, or they think we're just being arrogant. We were literally born with violence, and probably guys everywhere too. But down here it was a lot. It was intense growing up in schools.
The pop that not just you and Gallo, but the like true Miami area fighters, Yuli Diaz, Gallo, even Howard Davis, like from Broward County, all those guys that come from that area, of all the cities that we go to, Albuquerque comes out for their fighters and they make noise, but it is like, it's insane what that area of Florida does as far as support goes for their fighters. You guys really do have a community behind you when you step in there, for sure.
We have to, man. At the end of the day, we are our fighters, right? And we go out there, we train hard, we put in countless hours of training, we separate time from our family. We're in the gym hours and hours just to entertain people, and this is what we love. So we gotta support each other, man. There's no time for hating. If someone's fighting, then I shouldn't be posting. You get me? I should be supporting that fighter that is fighting. And same goes for me. I'm fighting now, and I shouldn't be posting anybody. People should be supporting me because I'm fighting. And same way it goes with everybody else. We gotta support each other.
Who brought you into the BKFC? Was it Nelson, or did you go to a tryout, or how did you get into the BKFC?
I went to the January 29th or 28th tryout in Delray Beach.
Okay.
And in that tryout was stacked. I had Justin Ebola. It was Chris Garcia.
Wow.
Lazaro Lara. It was oh man, so many people. Diego Romo. So many people that have already fought in BKFC and 3-0, you know, and they have
Wow.
yeah, man. Yeah. And Nelson, shout out to Nelson Lopez, man. You know, he got me on.
That's one of those man, that's one of those like there's been a few of those tryouts. There was like the one that Tony Soto went to. I don't remember all the names off the top of my head, but there's like a half dozen guys that are regular fighters in the BKFC now from the one that Tony went to. It's great. It is those tryouts are important, and the BKFC is doing them more and more. We're lucky enough, Merc, that they just announced the Mohegan Sun event in May. And they're going to hold a tryout in New London, Connecticut, which is about 20 minutes from me right now, where my son is learning how to box. You know what I mean? It's a really high level boxing gym. They got like over 1,000 square foot of mat space. They got a pro ring in there. They got a cage in there and a huge bag room. So it's perfect for it.
Wow.
So we're lucky enough to get some of the local fighters around here to get a shot at the BKFC finally. So it's very cool.
If I'm not mistaken, I think Chris Golden Glove Saw was around you in that area, right?
Yeah, he's actually going to be at the tryouts. He's from Maine, so he's a couple states north, but New England's small. So like New England itself is about the size of Florida. You know what I mean? Yeah. So like he's from Maine. He's about a 8-hour drive from us probably. But I think he's going to be there at the tryouts. I think Ryan Reber is going to fly up because Ryan Reber got his start in that gym. Do you know who Brennan Ward is? Brennan Ward from Bellator. He's a knockout artist from Bellator MMA. It's his dad's gym, so he'll be there too. Wow. It should be a nice turnout. So my whole point is, like you said, you came from that tryout, and all those guys came from there. And these things are popping up city to city. And man, I would encourage anybody that has a dream to fight professionally to go try it out.
Yeah, I definitely. If you have that spark, that will, that drive inside of you, don't just look at the TV and look at the fights, man. Go and try it. You know, you only got one life, man, and life is short. Let
me ask you, what do you say to those MMA fighters out there that are like in the region that see BKFC and immediately they're like, yeah, I'm not going to that tryout. Like they're not trying to get all chipped up, and you know, the no gloves kind of scare some people away. Maybe what do you say to those guys?
That's fine. They'll come around. Like, this is the fastest growing sport in the world. Its numbers don't lie. You know, for a reason, this is growing. For a reason, people want to watch. You know, so MMA will always be around because it's a martial art, but it will slowly fade, just like the boxing did it when MMA was popping up. You know, it's gonna have times where boxing will go up and MMA will go down. You know what I mean? And boxing will be on top. And right now, bare knuckle and boxing's on top.
How do you see this fight March 15th playing out? Because you didn't get to play it all the way out back in August. You were looking good in that fight. You were looking I'll say that you were looking very comfortable in that fight. You were stepping back, putting your hands down, maybe like putting on a little show for the audience as well. You look very comfortable in there, is what I would say. And you were landing shots. You got the 10-8 round in the first round, fell victim to the cut. How do you see this one playing out? If you get to stay in there and God forbid something like that happens again.
Hey Drew, I know you watching, Drew. Look, I'm gonna be honest with you. A fight's a fight, okay? And I'm gonna tell you because I heard this from Fedor Emelianenko, and you know I look up to certain guys like that. And a fight can go either way, his way or my way, you know. But I'm not gonna lose. I'm just telling you that much. I'm not gonna lose. I'm gonna be a household name. Merc season is for life. I'm not going anywhere. He's just in my way. I'm gonna step him over. And on to the next. And I'll tell David after the fight. Hey, David, where's my contract for the next one?
Mark.
Yeah, literally. Literally.
Merc season, Merc month, Merc week, Merc day, Merc life.
Merc everything.
I love it, man.
Where did the Merc? Did we say where the Merc originally came from?
Well, I didn't mention this. I rapped. I did rap for like 4 years ago. Now, my daughter came up with that name, because my name is Marcus. And Mark, I was like, Young Mark. I was like, nah, Young Mark doesn't sound too good, and Young Merc. Hey, it doesn't sound too bad either, We roll with that. And I performed many times as Young Merc on stage. I did my song, Florida Boy. And it's on YouTube, Florida Boy, Young Merc.
Look it up.
Yeah.
I wish I knew. I would have put it up. I would have played some of it.
Yeah, hey, Florida Boy running with the Wild Boys. But I performed with Young Merc, and as I transpired and I lost the weight, I stayed with the Young Merc, and everybody started calling me Merc. And hey, I stayed with it, man. It fitted good with the fight game.
I love it, man. And it does fit perfect with the fight game.
Yeah,
you could be the merciless Marcus Merc season Young Merc. You could have 19 nicknames, man.
Literally blood, sweat, and tears. Literally blood, sweat, and tears, man. So,
I love it. Hey, do your kids love it?
My son's gonna fight December of this year. His first amateur boxing fight from West Palm Beach Boxing. And he just, I don't force him, but he looks up to me, and I can't quit. I can't give up what I'm doing. And so he's just watching. I'm leading by example, and he's boxing.
I love that. Did he ask to? Did you offer it to him, or did he ask?
I asked him, and he said yeah. So I found the boxing gym. I signed him up, and I have his mom taking him Monday through Friday because he, during the week is school. And he's been a year, and he is looking.
Damn, he goes Monday through Friday.
Monday through Friday.
That's dedication for sure, man.
Shout out to Coach Donna and Palm Beach Boxing. They're doing great with him, and he's gonna be fighting in December.
That's amazing. Yeah, my boy, he actually had to take a break from boxing for a minute because he was doing basketball, jiu-jitsu, indoor baseball, and boxing, and he was putting too many goddamn miles on my truck. And I told him, I'm like, we're gonna have to take a break, and he's like, yeah, but boxing ends 2 hours before baseball. Why can I do both? I'm like, the time doesn't have anything to do with it, my friend.
It's good that he wants to be active, but I think being a kid, you gotta focus on him on one sport so he can master it, because if not, what's that saying? Many you're good at a little bit of everything, but you're not a master of none. And you gotta master something. You have to master something.
I love it, man. I'm glad that you're doing so well, and I wish you luck on March 15th. We'll give you an opportunity to shout some people out real quick, and if you want to shout your sponsors or whatever, take that time now, and then we're going to let you get going because we got Rosalina Rodriguez coming on in a second. So, guys, this is your time.
I just want to give a thanks to everybody who's been supporting me, man. Thanks to all my sponsors. I don't even got to put them on names no more, man, because my actions are speaking for myself. And we're putting in work with Hope for Miami. Shout out to Hope for Miami. Kids with autism and adults with autism, and we work with them with the gym with Iron Fist. And shout out to everybody just showing me love, man. I appreciate everything. We're here for a reason, and we're here to stay. We're here to make an impact on the whole entire world, not just Miami market. We're an entire nation market, and we're gonna show that March 15th.
Awesome. It's the best live sport, best live combat sport you can go to and watch for sure. I will stamp my approval on that. Mike will agree with me. Mike, you got anything else for young Merc here?
Mark. Hey, man, listen, this is where we started, right?
That's where we started.
And this is where we are right now.
Hey!
Right? Here it comes. We're going to see the rematch. Like we talked about before we went live, BKFC doesn't do too many rematches, but this one, they felt they need the rematch here. So we're ready for it. We have your opponent coming on next week. So maybe we'll see you in the comments. I was hoping maybe he would be in the comments to be a little more vocal here. Maybe
he's watching. Merc season, Merc Proof, baby.
I haven't really seen him too much in the comments. But anyways, thank you for coming on. Next, we have a Rosalinda Rodriguez after this.
Wait a minute.
Thank you, guys.
All the way down, come down like that. All the way down, come down like that.
It's your boy Superman Allen, man. Here. Hey, watch the Mike and Mish show. Get at it.
Hey-o,
Heyo.
I ain't been my knees.
Hey, how y'all doing?
What's
Hey, what's
up?
go-
What's up?
Welcome to the show, Rosalinda. How are you?
Hey.
You got a whole crew out there? What you got going on out there?
They're out here playing basketball after their workout.
Nice.
Nice. Well, welcome to the show. We're excited to get you on here because after your first performance, everybody's been waiting to find out when they're going to book you again, and we finally got it. Here we are for your second trip to the Squared Circle. How you feeling about this?
I was actually supposed to fight in the Hard Rock, and I don't know what happened with that, but yeah, I was expecting for that show. So I'm happy and excited to come back. I enjoyed my last fight, and on to the next one.
Who can I ask you? Who the are you at liberty? Did we lose her?
Oh, hey, you're back.
Hey,
You're
we
off,
lost you
and
for
then
1
you're back.
second. Now you're back. You fell off for 1 second. Are you allowed to? Hey, how
What's
are
that,
you?
Velez?
Hey, let's make
That's,
this fucking interview real exciting. I ain't a boring person. What's up? We
Is
go
that
ready
Velez?
now.
Yeah, that's Velez, right? That's your coach.
Hey.
Yeah, former world champion, Hall of Famer. Hey, can I ask you, who was the opponent that you were supposed to fight in the Hard Rock, or are you not allowed to say?
I forgot her name, but she had a few fights in bare knuckle. I can't remember her name.
It wasn't Christine. It wasn't
It would have
Christine.
been a fight, I'll tell you that. She was a girl.
All right. I wonder who that was.
Her coach knows me, so they kind of like said no because I have a bit of more experience, so they didn't take that fight because they known me for years.
Yeah, well, your boxing is some of the crispest. Is that a word? Crispest.
Like that.
It's so crispy. It's
Work
so
there.
it is really good. Like anybody who hasn't seen you actually box should get on YouTube and just go through and watch some of your fights because they're really fun to watch. The one that you fought on the Roy Jones Jr. Promotion. You were almost kind of like toying with your opponent towards the end of the 6th round. It was fucking
I
something.
was just playing, but then I realized that I'm in Las Vegas and I was in high altitude, so you could see that I got a little winded. But I was trying to enjoy myself.
No, you were putting on a show, especially Roy Jones Jr. Productions. You got to put on a show. Roy Jones is the most entertaining boxer of all time, pretty much. So you got to do it on that one, right?
Yeah, that was fun. I've been on 2 of his cards.
That's awesome. He's my favorite boxer of all time, personally.
Yeah, he is.
Actually, Kyle pointed out something during one of your fights where you were like had your hands down and you were like doing like some fancy moves. Did you do that on purpose to like show him like, hey, listen, I'm emulating you a little bit?
Like I said, I do things like that just to be a little more smoother and be more relaxed and just go out there and have fun.
I love that. Can we ask you about your first fight in BKFC, coming over from an undefeated boxing run, and I'm sure you're not done with glove boxing, are you?
I mean, it's been about 2 years since I fought in boxing, and it's just
not going back.
They kind of like, it's not doing so great. I mean, it's a lot of politics, and I've already called out like 4 or 5 of the girls in my weight, and their manager carries majority all the girls at my weight, and he would just say no to me. So I just kind of like left it alone, and when they gave me the opportunity in bare knuckle, I took it. I mean, I found it. Why not? Go into something more different and more thrilling. Step up. Step up thing.
Yeah, absolutely, and it is the fastest growing combat sport in the world. It's exciting as hell. You're an exciting fighter, and the division. Are you fighting 125? Is that your division here, or are you going to go back and?
125 is not my weight division.
Where are you going to stay?
I do want to try going down, But we're gonna see where this takes me. You know,
Okay.
because this is the first time I've ever fought at 125. I'm actually comfortable at around that weight. You know, I still have the speed and more power. Um, it's been a while since I've been in a lower weight, so we're gonna see where I'm just gonna take it from this weight and see how this fight goes, how it plays, and then from there I take it and see.
Now, Monica Franco, if correct me if I'm wrong, she fought her first BKFC fight at 135, right? She fought Courtney Cameron at 135. Mike, am I right about that?
I believe so.
Yeah, so she's a bigger girl. You're gonna get a tough one. She kind of shocked everybody out in Denver when we went out to Denver. Like the hometown crowd was really behind Courtney Cameron, thinking that she was gonna run through Monica Franco, and Franco kind of played spoiler for everybody out there. So, what are your thoughts on your upcoming opponent?
I've seen a little bit of her fight. She is a tough opponent. You know, I don't take nobody lightly. You know, not even the underdogs or whatever they come at me with. I take everyone as equal as going in there. I train and I bust my ass and I prepare myself as best as I can, and I will not take her lightly.
What? How far do you think you can go in bare knuckle? Is Misfit for Rhea like the end game? Is that the end game?
Misfits?
Misfit for Rhea.
The women's champ.
Women's champ, Christine Faria.
He was asking, like, is the goal to stick around with BKFC and ultimately challenge Faria for the title and stick around?
What weight is that?
She's a 125-pound champ, but she's also looking to go up to 135.
I don't know if I'm gonna go all the way up to 135. That's a little bit heavy for me. Like I said, at 125, I'm gonna try it out for this fight and then see where it takes me. And
so possibly the goal would be the 115 title with Britain Hart, maybe.
Pretty much.
Okay. All right. That's awesome because both of those divisions need some new challengers in there, and I think you fit the bill for both divisions for sure.
Yeah. I'm not coming into the sport, to look pretty or to look for friends. I mean, I'm in the sport to try to dominate and take over.
Dominate and take over. That is the end. I mean, that's the goal of most fighters, right? When you went out there and you made your debut for the BKFC against Christina Christ, were you surprised that it went all 5 rounds, right? With Christine, with
yes, it did.
She kind of just like put her head down and flailed her arms a lot. She threw a ton of punches that didn't land. You landed a lot. You landed a high percentage. Were you surprised by the toughness of Christina Christ, and were you surprised that it went 5 rounds?
I did, but it was mostly because the first time in getting in there and actually not realizing how painful it was for my hands, and it kind of shocked me. And they told me in the first, before getting into the ring, they told me, don't go hard in all rounds. This is like right when I'm entering. I'm like, what do you mean? I just trained for this fight to go hard. Yeah. And they told me to go light from the first. I'm like, so from the first I felt it. I was like, oh shit, this is a whole different ballpark. And I was surprised. I tried finishing her in the third. I was kind of pissed off that I didn't because the pain was just getting worse from there.
It's got like bare knuckle has you ever play like Mortal Kombat or Street Fighter or something like that? You ever play that type of video game? And They have like a health meter, you got a special meter, you've got the stamina meter. Well, now in bare knuckle, you got the knuckle meter, like you can't be just using them like crazy like you normally use like in boxing.
Yeah.
You wear that meter's gonna be way down when you get into the next round. It is something that like Mike Perry, when he first fought against Julian Lane, that was one of the big things that he said. He was like, in the 4th round, I didn't want to punch him anymore because my hands hurt so much. I couldn't even throw like power shots, and I didn't even want to hit him anymore with my fists because they just hurt so much.
Yeah, you do kind of hesitate when you start to realize, oh shit, it's broad hands and you're going, I mean, bone to bone. So it's like you
If
kind
you
of.
rem- you know what's funny is if you go back to that fight, I think Mike Perry got warned for open hand slapping him. He started like slapping Julian Lane in the face in the 4th round because he didn't want to ball his hands up in a fist anymore.
I've probably done that in the fight, in my first fight. I probably, just was just trying to throw it out there.
Yeah, that little palm strike could work, right? Little
Huh?
palm strike.
Little
Bam!
palm strike. Yeah, that'll get you just DQ'd, maybe. I don't know, but hey, what is your head coach is a former world champion boxer and Hall of Famer. What is her thoughts on the sport of bare knuckle coming from traditional boxing career?
She didn't like for me to enter this sport because when we first were like watching it and just being a part of the audience, I didn't think I would get into it. She didn't want me to get into it, but things have changed. Like I wasn't getting fights in the boxing, and I said, you know what, let me just try it. See where it takes me. They gave me the opportunity. I took it. So she's just been on my ass in training and breaking me down in training. So, but she didn't like it at first, but she's warmed up to it.
Did you box on any of Nelson's cards prior to making your debut in BKFC, and is that what brought you over?
Say that again.
Had you boxed on any of Nelson's promotions before BKFC, and is that how they knew to bring you over and give you a shot?
His promotion. The only promotion I've been under where he was around was Signature Punch at the time. I don't think it was his promotion, or they had. I really don't know, but I was out in training camp before my first fight for the bare knuckle, and I had a situation going on, and he was out there with his fighter because he manages Alicia Baumgartner. I don't know if you heard of her.
Mm-hmm.
And I was out there doing camp with her, and they gave me a shot, to get back on my feet, because I need a little money because my house got burnt, and then a week later I lost my mom. So it was like I looked at him and he heard it on the phone, what was going on, and he was shocked that all that happened. And I told him, "Can you please give me a fight?" And that's basically where I turned to bare knuckle. And he's like, I'll give you a fight." And that's how it all started.
Wow.
So he basically gave me a chance.
So you lost your home and your mom in a short period of time. That's awful. I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, it was tough. And my last fight, that's what I invited her to come see me fight for the bare knuckle, and she was excited. But basically, she just kind of like, I lost her during the training camp, and she didn't get to see it. But I know she was there for me, in spirit.
Wow.
I busted my ass and staying busy and focused for that fight. And people were telling me, "Wow, you got some strong ass mindset, to go in there and lose everything." And I was like, I just try to keep busy. That's the best thing you could do, is just not focus on the negative and just stay positive as much as you can. And to have good friends and teammates to help you out, I mean, they push me to keep going.
Yeah. I mean, it's right. You can have the mindset and everything, but it's very, very tough. So having that support group around you is definitely very important. Very, very important. That's a lot of adversity to go through before any fight, never mind the debut. And then I believe Nelson had spoken about you losing your house and whatever happened there with was there a fire? Like, that's just so crazy. So I'm glad that you made it through, that part, and now you're able to come back and fight
Again. Yeah.
again. Yes, Yeah, because like something like that, it could really take you by storm, and then people sometimes people succumb to that, and it could could pull you back. Unfortunately, tough times like that can really hold you back. If you
Yeah,
let it.
usually, yeah, exactly. Stuff like that could bring someone down, but I choose not to. I choose to just get stronger and keep my mind strong. Anything that life throws at me, I just keep going. And people tell me I have a strong ass mindset and a strong will.
That's a beautiful mindset to have for sure. And like, you're no different than any, like, there's so many like fighters out there that could set the example for people paying attention, man. Like
Yes.
the definition of resilience, like so many of you fighters have it, and that is why you guys are at the top of, you know, the best promotion in the sport. You don't get to be at the level that you guys are at with a weak mind, and you're proving that. And we can't wait to see you out there with Monica Franco on March 15th. How do you see this fight playing out? You don't have to give us game plans or anything, but compared to your first fight, preparing for Christina Christ and now preparing for Monica Franco, are you feeling a little more comfortable about the sport? And do you feel like you're gonna show us a little something different this time?
Um, a little more power. Everybody knows me as throwing more speed and stuff, but I want to come in with a little more power and more accuracy. And I know this girl's not, you know, no walk in the park, so I'm not definitely gonna just take it lightly. I'm gonna go in there, do my thing, and always work. Be on point in my defense, because I ain't planning on getting cut. So, but if it happens, it happens. I'm just gonna go right through her.
Yeah, getting cut is the biggest danger in this sport. You know what I mean? Like a cut can stop everything. We just talked to Markus Suarez, and he was winning his fight both rounds, 10-8 in his first round, and he ended up losing it due to a cut. So, and I think you were both on the same card together, right? You fought Christina Christ on the same card that Markus Suarez made his debut as well back in August. So, here you are. You're both back on the card now in Miami, a little bit of a smaller ring, little less space to move around in, and
Yeah, it's smaller, so we're gonna be fighting.
fighting in a phone booth.
Yes.
We're gonna be brawling up in there.
I
I'm
love
fine with
that.
that. I'm fine with that.
Now, a couple last questions for you. How active do you want to be on the roster? Like, if you come out of this one relatively healthy and victorious, are you trying to, have a quick turnaround and keep taking opponents? How active do you want to be with the promotion?
I really want to, continue to do this. I do want to go for a title, um, but it's up to them. See how everything goes after this fight. Focus on this one and on to the next.
I
I
think
love it.
Jules was in the comments. You hear that, Jules? You listening?
Yeah,
Jules was just in.
Jules is
She
in the
was just in
comments.
here. She's watching. She's like, she's looking through the she's looking through the blinds right now.
Yeah.
She's just
Yeah,
peeking in on the conversation, seeing what's going down. So she heard you.
she's taking notes. So best of luck to you. We're going to give you a chance to shout some people out and say a few things real quick before we let you go. But really, best of luck to you on March 15th. And if you come out victorious, I can't wait to see where you go next. If you go down to 115 or 125, because you are definitely a contender in either one of those divisions, I believe. If you have some people that you want to shout out or anything you want to say, you can go ahead and get it off your chest now.
Let's see. Who am I gonna shout out to? No, specifically. I mean, I don't know too many of the people in the bare knuckle. I'm just starting to get to know them. So, I mean, whoever holds the titles for whatever 115 and 125 after this fight, well, I'll give a shout out from there. And I'll let y'all know. But
I love that.
so, but I
Awesome.
just want to thank everyone, that's gonna come out March 15. Stay tuned. It's gonna be a hell of a fight. HD is the main event. and he's here training with us, and also Reed. So it's gonna be very exciting. So
Is HD right there right now? Is HD there?
he just left.
Oh, I was gonna tell him. I was gonna tell him to hit a windmill dunk on that hoop behind you.
Yeah, he would have done it too.
That would have been sick. Well, thank you very much for coming on here, Mike. Do you have anything else for Rosalinda before we let her go?
Listen, I'm very excited that you are in this sport. I hopefully, you go in there, you do your thing. I'm not saying you win or lose, whatever, because we try not to do that on this show. But what I'm saying is the champs have been in their respective positions, Britain Hart and Christine Faria, for a long time. And trust me, they'll say the same thing. They need some new competition. They need more and some experienced competition. And you seem to be someone who will really be able to get up there and challenge them for their titles. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how your career progresses. We'll all be watching this fight. That's for sure. Everybody in the comments, Kyle and I, we're always watching. Cannot wait to see what goes on here at Vivo, Miami, March 15th. Wish we could be there, but we will be here in cold Rhode Island and Connecticut, freezing, and you guys will be nice and warm at Vivo Dolphin Mall. But thank you so much for coming on and giving us some of your time. I'm sorry, my nose is all stuffed up, so if you don't know what my voice sounds like, it's not like this. But yeah, thanks. So, but thank you for coming on. We will have you on in the future when you're going for the title. We'll get you on again. And take care. Have a good night. And for everybody that's watching right now, keep your eyes glued to the screen.
All
Bye,
right.
Rosalinda.
See you later. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Hi guys, it's Caitlin here. I wanted to thank Mission Accomplished for nominating me for the second annual BKFC Ring Girl of the Year. And I also wanted to thank all of my fans. I wouldn't have been able to do this without you guys. There are so many beautiful, hardworking ring girls on our team, so I really appreciate everyone that voted for me. 2023 was an amazing year, but I am so excited to see what 2024 holds for BKFC. Thank you all.
She blew us a kiss.
Oh, that was for us? Oh, my God.
Oh, maybe it was for her fans. Either way.
How cool, though, that post right there at the end. That is Caitlin and the BKFC.
I know. I love
showing
that.
the award, shouting us
event.
out on the BKFC freaking Instagram page. Very proud of that moment. That's very cool.
That is awesome. Yeah. Hey, Rosalina Rodriguez is she's a serious competitor in either one of those divisions. I didn't know that her plan was to go down to 115. I know that she boxed at like 117 pounds. Like that was like her, like right around there was her weight. But man, either one of them, I really do believe that she could pick one division and be a top competitor in either one of those. That girl, if you guys have not watched her, besides the Christina Chris fight, go on YouTube and rewatch some of her boxing matches, because her hand speed is incredible. She does put on a show for the audience. Like she will, she'll pop the jab and put the hand out and hit a uppercut. She'll hit multiple uppercuts in a row. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, her head movement is slick. She does not get hit much. So I feel like she is fit to be a contender in either one of those divisions, Mike.
Yeah. Just watching her fight, you could just, man, everybody watching, everybody that's a fighter or a fan, when you watch this sport and you see people fighting, when you see somebody who is skilled, and she has skills. She's definitely a skilled boxer. Yeah,
she can move, and she mentioned like she's going to display some power this time. She said, "I'm known for my speed." I'm telling you, man, she has fast hands. She's got good footwork, and her hands are fast. She snaps them out there. Really, really impressive So can't wait to see that, man. I can't wait to see. I wish we were going to be there live. Rick Coleman's in the comments that he's seen her live. She can move for sure.
Yeah.
I wanted to shout somebody out right
That's
quick.
a man you believe right there.
Hey, did you get this, Mike?
Oh yeah, I did, and I was going to do the same. You see?
Look at this. Look at this. Mike and I get home from work in our respective homes, and my wife is like, "You got something in the mail," and I'm assuming Mike was like, "I got something in the mail," and it was from our boy Russ at BKFC Extreme BKFC fans page, and it's a autographed. We got different ones too. Check that out. I got this one. It's Elvin Leon Burrito El Bandito himself, the inaugural welterweight champion in the BKFC, signed collector's edition BKFC cards, dude.
And a fancy little case too.
I love it. It's so cool. Thank you so much, Russ. You do too much for us. You do so much for everybody. It's incredible. Thank you for that. He really is. So, like I said at the beginning of the show, we're giving away some bucked up stuff. We got a whole bunch of stuff we're going to give away over the next few weeks. And I'm going to take this Boston Red Sox hat right here, right? It's empty.
Yeah.
And I'm going to take the 7 names and put them all in this hat. The 7 people that could read the directions and actually follow the directions. I'm gonna pull their name.
Ready for this?
Oh, okay. You ready? Wow, that was perfect timing. Ingram Dave.
Oh, would you look at that?
Ingram Dave. I don't know who this.
Let's go, boy. Shout out. Let's go, boy.
Yeah, I think he's I think Rick Caruso actually just tagged him to come into the show because the drawing's about to happen. Dave, my homie, he said.
Dave's his homie. Awesome. Well, congratulations to Ingram Dave. For those of you guys that didn't win tonight, that followed the rules. If you tag 5 people in the next one, you don't really have to send me a screenshot, but you can send me a DM that says, "Hey, it's me again," and I'll put you in the thing since you're tagging people to follow our show. But Ingram Dave, congratulations to you. I'm going to need an address so I can mail this stuff to you, but you are getting a bucked up flag shirt like the one I'm wearing right now, but it's black with the red buck and the red flag on the sleeve. You're going to get a shaker bottle, a bucked up shaker bottle, and you're going to get a pack with a sample of each one of their pre-workouts. You can choose which one you like the most, and then get on buckedup.com and buy some because they're fucking awesome products and I love them. So
yeah, use promo code Mike and Mish 20 and save 20%.
Look at that. Rick Caruso. For those of you who don't know, I'm assuming Ingram Dave is a Marine.
Yeah, or he just likes to eat crayons.
Or he just likes to eat crayons. So, hey, thank you for your service. If you are a Marine and if you like to eat crayons, which is your favorite flavor, that was awesome. I can't wait to mail that out to him. Thank you to Markus Suarez and Rosalinda for coming on the show tonight. I don't know. We'll read that afterwards. Mike, do we have anything else we want to talk about before we wrap up for the week? I know that you're sick. You've been battling it all week. I don't know what you've been taking for medicines, but I hope you're drinking some whiskey with the medicine to make yourself feel a little better. We have work in the morning, so it's up to you, my friend. What do you want to do here?
There's whiskey right here inside of this. And I don't know what the hell I'm fighting either, because I'm going to tell you, generally, I don't get sick often at all. I mean, I don't think I've been sick since we're like really sick like this since like, I don't know, 2020 maybe. It's been a really long time. And this is like a straight up week. I don't know what the hell happened. I got sick on Thursday. I think I started feeling like, something's going on here. It's probably for it's definitely for my kid because she was sick for like 4 days, 5 days straight, right? I had like a body cold, chest cold thing going on, very sore, felt like I needed to lay down, but I was like, you know what, fuck this shit. I'm just going to keep it going. I have drill. People are relying on me. If I don't show up, I'm going to have so much shit to catch up on. Everything's going to get fucked up without me there. That's what I think in my head. That's how important I hold myself. So I'm going to go to drill. So I worked Thursday, Friday, went to drill Saturday, Sunday, went to work Monday, Tuesday. But so now Tuesday comes around and I'm like, oh, I'm starting to feel a little bit. Or Sunday, I was feeling a little bit better Sunday night, Monday morning. All of a sudden, then it's my shoulders, my neck, and my head. And I'm telling you, it's probably the worst head cold that I could ever remember having. My face feels like it's gonna come off, like just push off. When I blow my nose, I can like hear like a
that fucking
like
hurts.
that afterwards. Yeah,
that
like,
shit hurts, man. Like
on?
anything like sinus infection related or anything like that is the worst.
It just won't stop.
Man, I hope you get over it quick.
My teeth hurt from it. My teeth hurt. My eye hurts.
After work tomorrow, do you guys have a big weekend planned, or are you gonna chill out and try to kick this thing?
Yeah, I was thinking like as I drive through Mystic, Connecticut on the way home, I'm gonna open up the window and just dive right out of it as the car's going right into the river.
Into the Mystic River?
Yeah, right into the Mystic River as I go over on 95.
Don't do that. We got to go to Albuquerque in a few weeks.
I'll be ready for that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, take an ice bath, then is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Hey, you see who's in the comments here?
How does HD have a main event? Sorry, I got weeks of shit to say right now. And yes, that's who's saying it, Kai Stewart. I'm just reading another comment of his.
Hey, so Kai, they've only announced 3 fights on that card. They're not done announcing fights. I would maybe
they told him already that
keep hope, man. Keep hope alive.
Yeah, hope.
Keep hope alive. Knucklemania 4, Los Angeles, California. 2 non-title fights at the top of the card. They need to add a second title fight right below that heavyweight title fight, right? Kai Stewart versus Uriah Faber. Get it?
Ooh, yeah, there we go.
You want me to text him? You want me to text Uriah Faber?
California Kid.
The California Kid, Uriah Faber versus Kai Stewart, Knucklemania 4.
Now that's
snooze. What do you think of that one, Mike? That would be something, wouldn't it?
I like that one.
It's much more likely than Uriah Faber fighting somebody at 185 pounds, right?
That's correct. That's correct. A certain negative percenter will have to answer for that question.
Anyways, dude, I hope you feel better. I hope everybody enjoyed the shows this week. Thank you to all of our guests that came on. And next week, we're going to give away another bucked up shirt, shaker, and some supplements. So get on the Instagram and the Facebook, follow the rules the right way. And maybe you guys can get one of these badass shirts too. And you know, get all jacked and fit. Get over to Dynamic Life, get your sexual health up, and stop losing your hair. You know what I'm saying? It's a good thing, Mike. We're changing lives.
Yeah, so we are very much so. I mean, your whole life will be changed. I'm telling you, you're going to get that bucked up, and you're going to be in the gym. You're going to be like, wow, this really changed my entire life. So use Mike and Mish 20, save 20%. Look at, we're going to get off of here, but instead of getting off of here, Jomi's now in the comments, and he says that the 185-pound title, next. Tell BKFC stop playing games. Quit playing games with his heart. He should have known from the start. You know what I'm saying? Listen, he is 9-1. He's going to become Jomi 2 times.
I agree with him. I honestly 100% agree that there should not be any other fight made in the 185-pound division other than Jomi versus Jared Warren.
Yeah, fight with him.
Yep. Jomi versus Jared Warren. Jared Warren just knocked out Danny Christie, the UK champion at 185 pounds, first round knockout. He looked great doing it. Jomi and him have a history. Run that one back. If it's vacant, Mike and I were talking about this, and I would love to hear everybody's opinion. What do you guys think they should do with the 205 division? Because the 205 division is thin. It's very thin. It's thin. And like Feldman has liked to talk about tournaments in the past.
It's so crazy that that's a thin division. I feel like that division should be stacked.
Should be. It really should be. I don't know why it's so thin, but maybe this is the time for a 4-man tournament. And like if I was like me, I don't know. I'll ask you what you think, but Kamosi should be in it. Jeremy Smith, Houston Alexander. And then I would throw Esteban Rodriguez because he's an entertaining fighter and he would just make it interesting. You know what I mean?
Yep. Esteban is the man. The cruiserweight top 5, starting at 1, going to 5 is Houston Alexander, Jeremy Smith, Chris Camozzi, Sawyer DP, and then Quentin Henry. And I don't know Quentin Henry's ever fighting ever again, ever.
Yeah, I don't know why he would. I don't even know, and it's nothing against Quentin, but he's been out for so damn long and like I don't think he's ever coming back either. I don't know why he remains in the top 5. That blows my mind. For guys that are super active and trying to make a name for themselves in the sport, they're just getting blocked by somebody who hasn't fought in forever. So, man, maybe Sawyer's the 5th guy, but I don't know. Jomi says Jeremy Smith versus Camozzi for the vacant title. I personally think they're both coming off of losses, right? Am I wrong? Jeremy Smith lost to Houston Alexander.
Yeah.
Chris Camozzi lost to Hunt. Instead of them two fighting each other, take them two, Camozzi, Smith, Houston Alexander, and either like Sawyer DP or like I said before, Mohawk Rodriguez. And he might not be the most polished fighter out there, Rodriguez, but he is a scrapper and he's entertaining as hell, and he's got charisma that can carry that entire tournament. So that's what I would do. I would not fuck with a tournament at 185. I think Jomi and Jared have earned that. And the funny thing is, Jomi is not even in the top 5 on the BKFC rankings, which is a fucking travesty.
Oh, it's a travesty. It sure damn well is. Yeah, and here's another thing too is, and I would like to talk to this man, Josh Dyer. We definitely want to talk to Josh Dyer at some point, because Josh Dyer's out there, and I hear him. I hear what he's saying, and I hear what his argument is, and all that. And I would love to get that man on here and talk to him about how he feels and what he thinks should happen to the division. But I personally do think that it should be Dyer Warren, and then from there they go from there. Whoever wins the title, and then they go from there.
You think? Oh, so you want to see Dyer?
Not Dyer. I'm sorry. Jomi.
Jomi Warren.
Yeah, that's right. And then Dyer could come into it. Maybe he could fight on that same card, and then. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I know he was mad because the way that he sees it is that he beat Warren in the past, but we're talking like 2021 past. And then in this last fight, he was winning that fight, right? But we know it became a no contest, officially became a no contest. So now we're looking at,
he has back-to-back no contests.
He did beat Dakota Cochran, right? You got it. Josh Dyer beat Dakota. Yeah, he beat Dakota Cochran, but that was like a long time before that fight. So he's won one fight in a very long time.
Yeah.
Right?
For some reason I thought Joe Riggs was after Dakota
Cochran.
Yeah,
that too. But that was a no contest also.
That's what I'm saying. I think he has back-to-back no contests after Cochran.
Yeah.
So that's, I got it right here. Yeah, he beat Dakota Cochran, and then he has a no contest against Joe Riggs and no contest against Jared Warren.
And that I believe, unfortunately for him, is what is going to hold him away from this, because in that time frame, Warren fought 7 times, and Jomi's only loss is to Jared in Tampa. So
it's the most sense.
He just beat the UK champion in a first round knockout, and he made him he really kind of demolished him in that fight, So that's the argument. That's the way, looking at the fights, how they happen, the time frames and everything. That's why we argue for it. It really isn't and I don't think he takes it super personal or anything. I just would think he really wants his goddamn title.
Right.
And he's just had a couple of very unfortunate situations in his last couple of fights that he's like, what the fuck? He felt like, hey, I was winning that fight. And in his head, he's like, I was going to win that goddamn fight.
Yeah.
And now I can't fight for the title because it's a freaking no contest. And the guy that I was fighting is getting the title shot. So I get why he's mad. I'd probably be mad if I was him too. You know what I mean? I don't blame him
For Anthony Camacho in the comment section talking about Gustavo Trujillo. Gustavo Trujillo signed with another company, another bare knuckle company. He's not coming to BKFC.
Nope.
So
he just signed, hasn't even fought. Yeah.
Just forget about that one. He signed a multi-fight deal with a competing bare knuckle organization. So he's going to be fighting in the triangle. So Gustavo's out of the question. It's going to be Camozzi, Jeremy Smith, one of those guys. Houston Alexander is 4-0 at 205. Remember that. Is this the time that the BKFC gives a 52-year-old man a fucking title shot against like Chris Camozzi? You know what I mean? Camozzi took
really big.
Camozzi's awesome, and he took Lorenzo Hunt to the limit in that fight. It could have really went either way on the judges' scorecards, but Lorenzo won that fight, and I believe he won that fight too, but it was razor close. It wasn't a fucking washout by any means. I mean, Camozzi versus Houston Alexander maybe makes sense, but I do believe, and we're beating a dead horse now. I believe that this would be a good time for a tournament.
Yeah. Yep.
It would be a good time. It would be interesting. It would be fun. And then they could make it a fucking 8-man tournament, man. They can make 4 fights and put them all on one card.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look it's tough, right? This dude is at the top of the division. What are we supposed to do?
Yeah. I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah.
They gotta start building that division up. Lorenzo kind of washed it out, cleaned it up. So with that said, man, there's so much to go on. We got the BKFC prospect series this weekend. Sunday, Jad Masan Wong versus Gabriel Roman in the main event, and our boy Jeremiah Riggs in the co-main, and Ruben Roundstone, who we had on last night, who got everybody interested in that one.
Who bet on Ruben Roundstone?
I mean, there's so much buzz around that guy, and he's a plus 500 underdog. So keep that in mind, people.
Crazy.
That's fucking crazy. So that's crazy. I hope you're all tuned in. You can watch that on like 5 different platforms right now. You can watch it on like Fubo and Tubi and fucking the app. There's
some of it'll be on YouTube.
There's so many places, so you have no excuse to miss. Yeah, no excuses to miss this one this weekend. Mike, I think you need to get some rest. I'm gonna let you say if we're done or not here.
Yeah, well, let's be done already, shall we?
Everybody, thank you for tuning in. We're gonna go get some sleep, and we got to work in the morning. So, with that said, I got 2 things for you. Peace.